much they want on that in that schoolhouse, but I'ma leave it in the streets. I said too much up on this beat, and if you saying smoke with me, then they gon' pull up where I be. I'm flying on the 60T. You know we packing, he got gloves and switches, chopper flash, and a big boy 223. Already. Everybody, welcome to Krime Family TV. First of all, go to that Krime Family TV, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Today we got the twins in the building, CTB Nell and NCO HENDRIXXX. Y'all give a little introduction, man, and let them know what y'all here to talk about.
Yes, sir. You go first, man.
We here to sit down and talk with the boss and, update y'all on the daily lives, CTB Nell and boy NCO HENDRIXXX.
Yes, sir. You know the vibe. Just tapping in with y'all. Let y'all know we about to start our push, our ascend, so I had to come sit down with the boss as a collective today, and let's get it.
Already. Now, starting out with young NCO, I see you've been doing a lot of traveling, man. What has it been like being on that road? It's like you've been having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it's been crazy. I was just in Austin for like a month, pushing my music, tapping in with all the DJs out there, DJ Dre Day, Big Champ to God, all of them niggas, and, really putting my foot in the work, you feel me? Like getting out there, showing FaceTime, have my song playing in like 6 clubs on 6th Street every weekend, you feel me?
Oh,
really? Then we went to the Domain, then we went to, I forgot the other, West 6. So we was just everywhere, and, it's been a constant grind, but it's paying off for sure.
Already. Now, CTB Nell, I see y'all finna drop the Hoop Dreams video. Let us know what's going on with the Hoop Dreams. What kind of song is Hoop Dreams? Where can they find it? Because I know you already dropped it on one of the platforms. And let them know what you got coming out with the video.
Oh, basically, the video, it's going to be shot on my dad's birthday, of course, 9/11. So if y'all can pop out, if we show the location, y'all make sure y'all come out and show some love, support the video, the song, support us, support my dad, If y'all know him, y'all should come out and support, that's the least y'all could do. Especially y'all know the circumstances recently going on. You'll be a real one to come out and show some love. But really, the song is really just about, I thought about, I went back to, my childhood, because as a kid, a lot of us grew up going to, TCRs and Coles playing basketball growing up. Mm-hmm. So I was I still wanted to, keep that feel, where everybody could, relate to it. So it was, it was just a thought of, everybody had hoop dreams growing up, at some point. But, not everybody, when you're young as a kid, you don't understand, the struggles of life, what's going to happen, how your life might play out if you're going to become, a ball player, if you're in the street. So it was really just one of those, letting people know, we all start out positive, nobody start out, just want to, choose that path, that everybody be like, oh, he's just going down the wrong path, It's just, everybody's life different, but it just really pertains, everybody, you still have hoop dreams in a sense, even regardless if you, if you live in that type of life or you live in a positive life, the end goal is you just trying to make some money.
Facts.
You just trying to get rich, you want to follow your dreams, that you wanted as a kid. As a kid, you really just dream about having all the money in the world, being set, taking care of your family. That's really just where the, the hoop dreams come in from, because, regardless, you can have hoop dreams, but, as long as you got dreams, regardless, if you got to defend yourself, regardless, whatever you got to do to make your dream come true, you got to do it, But that's really just all it pertains to. It's really just about, the overall, the city, how most people, grew up and everything, how everything going, and outlook on life.
Already. Now, let's talk about Euphoria, man. You had a big response to Euphoria, man. I really like the song. Now, give us a little insight on Euphoria, the reason why you made Euphoria. Then tell us about the response you've been getting when you went out of town with Euphoria.
So Euphoria is just what the name is, Euphoria. I want to make that vibe where it's it's different, and it's it's a feel-good song, because that's what Euphoria means. One of your highest highs, you feel me? And that's just what I wanted to be about. Really, the song was a freestyle. I just went in there with my dog J Minus, and he was like, I want you to try something different, some different melodies, Tried them, did it, and we made a hit for sure. And then took it out of town, linked up with my man Ryan Williams, and he was like, hey bro, you got some hard music, let's push this shit. I was like, all right, bet. DJ hit me up, he was like, I want that song right there. The one in the video on Instagram, I want that. The video was at the end, so that nigga scrolled through the shit and seen that. He's like, that's the one that's going to be hot in clubs and everything you need to push that one. So shit, I was like, all right, bet. I was like, I need to make a release date. So we did 2 weeks after that we released it. Right now we sitting at 11K organic. All organic, no promo, no nothing. Oh, and, it's love from everywhere, from Austin, from San Antonio, Atlanta, LA, Chicago, everywhere. But we're going crazy for sure. Euphoria streaming on all platforms, and we dropped the music video, so y'all go get it.
Already, now let's talk about roster. Just being a young artist to even use Jimi Hendrix in the hook, show that you dig deep into your music.
Yes, sir.
What is it about Jimi Hendrix that you like?
It was different. He wasn't afraid to push the boundary, you know what I mean? Especially in the time that he was coming up. It was like totally different what everybody else was doing. Like, he was a black rock star, you feel me? Like, that nigga didn't give a fuck either. So that's why I used him. And the crazy thing is, he wasn't originally in the song. Like, the Jimi Hendrix part wasn't originally in the song. But I had took it to somebody, and they was like, I want you to switch it's two lines. I switched it to that. It was like, yeah, that whole hard.
Already.
Yeah, went crazy with that too.
Already. Now, CTB Nell, let's talk about the Dumb Way. Give us a little insight on the song Dumb Way and talk about your feature on Dumb Way.
Well, you know, Dumb Way is really just, it's wrote, you know, mine, you know, once you hear it, it's really wrote for our late friend Chucky that got killed over in Atlanta like early, was it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. He got killed last year in March. And it was like one of them, he was like one of the first, like, I say, like, big, like, names that I was around that like really like showed genuine love, you know, like to the people he's around, like to me, you know, my mama and my dad, of course, you know. But he just had like authentic, you know, like a feeling about him, you know, and it hurt. Like once he died, everything, you know, it felt like you really lost like a close friend. You know, we knew him for like such a short, you know, time span. But like losing somebody like that, you know, that probably could have, you know, put us in a different lane, you know, changed things for us. And like, you know, it hurt, but even still, it's like it made me for that song. It was like, you know, we got to keep his memory alive. You know, like we can't, you know. Even though he passed away, we can't let his name just stop, you know, like where his, you know, career ended. We got to keep it going, you know, keep him alive in songs, you know. And, you know, hopefully, even if I was to try to reach out, you know, if he had like an unreleased song and try to get on, because, you know, I wanted to do music with him before he passed, but, you know, we didn't get to. But that's really just about like the song. And then, of course, you know, I got to put my dad on there. You know, it's only right, man, him on there. You got the young, you know, you got the young fat man and you got the old fat man. You know, you bring them together, y'all gonna like how that turned out. And then also to jump back to Hoop Dreams, you can find it on. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, you know, YouTube, and, you know, most of the main streaming platforms like that. I forgot to say, you know, the first time I was over there, you know, to focus on saying what the topic of it was. But you can find those over there. And then the video, you know, coming, of course, September 11th, you know, that's when we're going to be shooting it and everything. So it'll be coming, you know, probably right out, like, before my birthday. So.
Already. Now, let's talk about God Is My Witness and your feature, YBU and KO.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of them songs, you know, it's going to really show, like, the versatility and, like, my voice, because, you know, everybody, you know, they used to like hearing this how we are like now, and then like, you know, I still got, you know, like a few songs that people haven't heard, but like so far the songs like me and, you know, single, everybody can catch like that drift, you know. We got like the energy, you know, we can keep it flowing, we can keep it going, but then, you know, God Is My Witness is gonna be one of those songs that like kind of slow it down, and, you know, it has like a deeper meaning to it, so, you know, it'll be more so lyrical versus, you know, just trying to put the music out there. So, you know, I just got a hard song out there for people to listen to. It's actually gonna be like something, you know, I want people to listen to and pay attention to.
Already. Now, let's talk about YBU and KO, the feature on now.
Yeah. And KO, that's my boy. And that's one, as soon as I moved down here, well, really, before I moved down here, he just always, you know, being around, you know, he has authentic love, too. You know, he told me, like, when he first saw me, you know, I got hard music, you know, he want to believe in me. And I remember he played one of my, I forgot what song it was, I sent it to him, but he had finally played it in his headset. And he was like, oh, yeah, he was like, I didn't really get the time to sit down and listen to it. He like, but, you know, your music hard. He like, you got to keep going. And KO himself, you know, he's one of the most, like, consistent workers in corporate. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Like, when it comes to, like, putting out content, like, even if he's not releasing it, I don't know anybody that's working more, you know, than KO, you know, dropping his mini freestyles on Facebook, regardless how y'all, you know, y'all can try to tarnish him and talk about him however y'all want. At the end of the day, he gonna always stand on what he say. If he know he in the wrong, he gonna correct himself. But at the end of the day, you know, he out hustling, he out working everybody, you know, and it's stuff like that that's gonna pay out in the long run, because even if he was to sit back and, you know, be like, well, I'm going to take a few months off, he probably still got 30, 40, 50 songs put up that we never even heard of. You know, just somebody with that type of, you know, that work ethic, that's a good person to have around, because it's going to push you and motivate you to keep working, because you might think, oh, you know, I'm good, but, you know, he might have did 10 songs while you only did like 3 or 4, and you'd be like, oh, dang, you know, if he can do that, you know, it'll push you to go harder. But KO, I feel like he's really one of, like, the most underrated artists, like, in corporate right now. Even if he's not from the city, he's basically, you know, he's the city for sure. Especially because he talks about it more than most artists from here.
Already. Now let's talk about Euphoria, the remix, Cinco.
Hey man, all I gotta say, first time I met my dog, I was like, played the song, he's like, bro, I'm fucking with that. I was like, shit, get on it then, nigga. Like, send it to him, you know? And then I ain't gonna even cap to you. Can ask this nigga. I was hounding this nigga. Hey, bro, let me get it. Let me get it. Let me like. All right. Finally, you know, Fat Man. He went on live. I think he went on live. And,
Yeah.
and you previewed that. I need it. And they sent it over. Heard it. It's going crazy. You know, that's just a follow up on the original song to make it harder. Yeah. That's gonna do numbers too. You feel me? So I'm really excited about that. Really hope we get a music video with that and broaden the music video. You know, and
definitely.
That video
that's another thing. Now let's talk about when we got the feature back from Seco for Hoop Dreams, CTB Nell.
Yeah, I was hyped because that was like when we first heard him. Just like when you said when we first came down, you know, we heard each other's music. You know, the first time I ever listened to him, I was like, oh, you know, I got to do music with him. That's the first person, you know, I locked in with completely. And when I first, you know, I did Hoop Dreams for the long, you know, I had my verse wrote, but I couldn't, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to put on and who I wanted to put on. So, you know, me and him and the vibe he had, I was like, oh, you know, he fitted perfectly. And then, you know, we from the same city, you know, probably got the same type of background. So when he went on it, you know, he put his verse on it, you know, he ran at her. So I was like, you know, at that point, I was like, me and him, you know, back and forth with each other, gonna be an unstoppable duo. You know, even like hand in hand, one on one, we can, you know, carry our own weight. But you know, together, we're gonna be like a force. Because when we go back and forth, man,
I'm gonna say this that they don't realize. It's songs that we said we're gonna drop these songs first, then we'll drop feature.
Yeah. 2
people got on the feature and we was like, fuck that, we dropping the song.
Yeah.
Fam made some First Lady song and Seco on that one.
Exactly.
We were like, fuck it. Yeah, fuck it. It gotta come out like it was. They actually changed the rhythm of how we was gonna bring those out.
Yeah. And it's funny because like we want, you know, you want to reach out and help everybody, but it's like you really just want to keep, you know, the ones that show you love and you know they got the same work ethic, you know, style. You want to keep those, you know, together. So you know it's really good that we all, you know, locked in with each other like that.
Oh God! And just to piggyback off of that, like I was impressed on like writing the verse for it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna find the vibe for it. So I was just chilling on it. Went to the studio. I'm like, you know what? My dog rapping about some real street shit. You know, I don't really do that shit. You feel me? I'll be cool, and you know, you can see in my music. So I was like, I'm gonna come different, you know, and how I can change the whole melody. You got 2 melodies in one song.
Exactly. It kept the authentic, you know, it ain't nothing fake going on in the song. You know, you can tell it's 2 different vibes, you know, from the people, but we still in the same, we the sense, because we still all came from the same background. You know, we all had hoop dreams growing up. And we all just got those different paths going on in life.
Already. Now let's talk about DJ Dre Day and it's a Big Champ to God.
Yeah, Big Champ to God. So DJ Dre Day, he was one of the first DJs in Austin to really tap in with me. That's the one that told me, it was like, hey, Euphoria the one. You feel me? And ever since then, we was tapped in. I followed his every step in Austin. You know, every club that he was at, I was there. I was getting to play. We was turning up. You know, I was supporting him. It got to the point where my dog was inviting me to his gatherings with his close crew. You feel me? Like in there. So we locked in, and then Big Champ to God, genuine love. The first time I met him, you know, before he heard my music, he was like, yeah, send it over. You don't got to worry about it. I'm going to play it. He ain't even heard it yet. He heard it. He was like, hell yeah, bro, that whole hard. He played it in a couple of clubs, and them 2 really like the hardest 2 DJs in Austin right now. You feel me? And they young niggas coming up too. So shit, shout them out. Y'all get up them on Instagram, all that shit.
Already. Now CTB Nell, let's talk about another Krime Family affiliate they haven't got too familiar with, K Money. Let's talk about y'all song Colorblind and Untold Truth.
Yeah, my boy K Money, and you know Kyle. That's his name. You know, he go by K Money. K, you know, space MV, you know, NEYY, I believe. He got 3 Y's in it. But, you know, if y'all tap in, man, he got a video he just dropped called Houston. But that's somebody just like Cinco. Whenever I met him, you know, we worked together at Cane's. But it's just like we had like a different vibe with each other. You know, he felt like a real brother to me. And then, you know, we was just all hanging out. You know, of course, everybody, you know, smoke nowadays. So we was just chilling one day. And, you know, we was all in that vibe. And he was like, you know, he was saying how he do music, and I was like, oh, you know, I do music too. So, you know, we start, you know, listening beats back and forth, and then we just like, we found those 2 beats, and, you know, it was real like a Polo G type beat, because I was like, you know, I want to have like the aggressiveness in like the verse, but still like a smooth, you know, flowing type beat. So those are like the beats we went for with those, and then like those 2 songs, Colorblind, I know that song is gonna do crazy, because like the setting and like the wordplay with it, like, yeah, like it's like for like, as people say, like young niggas, like we think outside the box. So like most of our songs aren't gonna sound how everybody else's songs sound. Like you'll see a song like that and you'll be like, oh, it's gonna sound this way, and then you know it's gonna sound completely different. You know, the same one, Untold Truth. You know, me and him both like those songs we made literally while in the booth with each other. Like that just showed the chemistry like with each other. We didn't, go over our verses or anything. He just went in there and while he was doing his verse, I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to what he go and I'm gonna piggyback off that. And then when I went in and he did his verse with Untold Truth, I piggybacked off that as well because I was like, it was a standpoint, especially with colorblind. Like on that part when I say when my verse come in, I say Nell and Money. That whole part, I promise you, I was stuck for like a good 10, 15 minutes. I didn't know how to bring in a verse, so I was like, okay, I had to think. I was like, I got to think outside the box, add something in there, spice it up. But like Kyle, he's one of those ones, like just like KO, they from Louisiana, he from New Orleans, but he got that same work ethic. Like I could like on my iPhone, he has a whole it's a note to like you can share notes with each other where everybody can see like what you upload and all that. He just has like songs, where he always uploads songs, like where he putting them in there, and it's like his catalog it's crazy how big his catalog is, and then like his versatility too, and then like if you go like through all his music, you can go from all his old songs to where like all his recent ones, you can hear like the improvement, and that's another talent. Like when we bring him to Krime Family, like y'all are gonna love it for sure, because it's just the same vibe. Me and NCO have, he has that same vibe to himself, but we all make our own type of music. We all have our same different styles, and we all can work independently. We don't always have to be together in a group, But if we do come together as a group, just know, I feel like, it would be the Migos and Corpus in my opinion. I don't know how anybody else feel, I'm just saying, but like I feel like that's just the type of confidence, I have like in the people I do music with. Like to me, I feel like it's nobody else that I would put on a pedestal above them, because I'm like I don't need to reach out to anybody else. I got the two people, I feel like I locked in with. Besides, like, and there's no disrespect. If people want to reach out and do music, of course I'm gonna do music with you. I ain't saying I'm on a high horse or nothing, but to me, I keep my circle small, so it be consistent. So I got my two, that I run with. I got Cinco and my boy K Money. And once we start promoting that more and then get colorblind out there, Untold Truth, y'all gonna see like how consistent it really is.
Already. Now a lot of artists in the city, they get love, but y'all two seem to get a lot of love from the old school. Let's talk about the love y'all get from the old school.
Man, the love from the old school is crazy because it's like they did the music before already, They time already done, or they going out, so they wanna find the next artist, you feel me?
Already.
And if an old head telling you your shit good, it must be good because it's totally different than what they was listening to back in the day. You feel me? So it's like, okay, bet, let's do it. Like hell yeah. Fat Man, you tell me something, Seafood tell me something, Mr. Mike tell me something. I'm gonna look at that shit like, okay, bet. I'm gonna move a certain way, you feel me? And it's like just getting that love from the older heads is like, it's something else, bro. Because it's like, damn, okay, I'm doing the right thing, I'm reaching every demographic.
And that's like another thing, like the old heads compared to like the younger crowd. The younger crowd, they'll just rock behind, just so they can say, oh, I'm with this group of people. Yeah. But the old heads, they gonna tell you, if your song, if it's bad, they gonna be like, you need to work on that. Like, you need to fix your hook, do something about it. And then it's a great thing about the older heads too, because you got to realize they've been around since literally the start of hip hop. So they've heard every single type of artist come through. Anybody that sounded distinct, if they had like the voice for music, they've heard all them voices and they can know like, oh, if is your voice gonna stand out, like you got this type of flow to where like, you can take off. So like listen to the older heads, those are the ones you really gotta sit down and talk to, because they've heard, they've been around Michael Jackson, Prince, Tupac, Biggie, everybody. So it's not one group where you can be like, oh, they don't know nothing about them because they was here before the groups even started. Hip hop ain't always been around, a lot of them, we got old heads now that's, older than hip hop himself. Oh, really? So, you go talk to them, they'll tell you, like, oh yeah, you got the ear for it. So, to really listen to them, it actually means something versus somebody young, they just going off, what's, probably buzzing in, the, like industry right now. They gonna be like, oh yeah, if you on that topic, they gonna say you good. But if you say like how we got, Euphoria, that's a different vibe from like, the industry type of music that, like YB and them making. But it's still, that crunk type of music, but old heads gonna tell you, oh, this longevity type music. Yeah. Hoop dreams longevity. You don't want to just get out here and make the same type of music everybody else making, because it ain't gonna stand out. Old heads will tell you that. But once they listen to something, they gonna know, oh, like that caught, they ear, they can listen to that over and over and over. That's better to hear, versus than somebody just saying, oh, that's hard, and they play a song 2-3 times and that's it. Yeah. Old heads, they're the only ones that's, that's gonna show genuine support. They don't mind paying for it, nothing. Everybody else, new age, they want to get it the cheap way for free. They don't really show authentic love like that.
Already. Now, name a female artist, man, that's probably standing out right now. Y'all waiting to blow coming out this year from Corpus Christi.
I fuck with first off, foremost, she already finna blow. She already up there. First lady, you know, God shout her out, you know.
Already.
Definitely.
Like she been on, you know, she be working in silence, you feel me?
Mhm.
Y'all think she not working, but she got some shit coming. But as an up and coming, M Thing Keeper, I like what she did on that cipher. Fam Ace, cold as hell.
Already.
The same name.
Yeah,
I had to go with the same people.
yeah, it's really hard for me to judge female music. I don't know, cause I just don't really get into it. But
And it's not like they got bad artists. It's just it's not really a lot of female.
Man, look here. We gotta go be nice no more.
No,
It's easy. I'm saying what I'm gonna say.
Oh, yeah,
it's easy to pick the top artists in corporate as female.
Oh yeah.
The other ones they got to up their game. Y'all being nice, but they just have to up their game.
Yeah.
We're gonna do them how they. No, we're gonna do them how they do the fellas. We're gonna do them how they do the fellas. They need to up their game.
Yeah.
Fam Ace on target. What was the other girl y'all named? She was the first one on the cypher, right? Yeah.
Other than Ace, M-Thing Keeper, that was the only other person I heard about, from that cipher. That's why I was like, to tap into that. And the cipher, it really helped out because I was like, let's see what the female talent like. So, Ace, M-Thing Keeper, to me, them the ones that like stood out the most.
Yeah, we got to get an M-Thing Keeper.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we got to get an M-Thing Keeper. Shout out to M-Thing Keeper, man. If y'all know her, get her to me so we can get her for her sit-down segment with the boss.
Yeah, she did her shit on that. Her and Ace.
Now, Seco, let's talk about just the edge of traveling, man. What do it feel like when you're on the road, man, you're traveling and they turn that music on and the people don't know that's you, but you're looking around and you're watching them jam your music, man?
It's crazy. I actually did it today. I had to take somebody to work. I'm just playing my music and they're like, oh, this sounds good. Like, I was like, that's me. Like, what? I was like, yeah. But as for like in different cities and stuff, like, it's crazy because the reaction that I get, it's just like, damn, motherfuckers really think I'm on, and I am, but motherfuckers think it's like some mainstream shit, and that's what I want. I want to bring the mainstream vibe while staying myself. You feel me? Not trying to be like nobody else and all of that, because people are afraid to be different in their music. But the thing is, that's what people want to hear is different. So I'm always trying to switch up my melodies, and then that's what catches people's attention. Yeah, it means the world to me though. I love when my fans and new fans connect with me and show me that appreciation, and I'm gonna keep showing y'all the appreciation by making the great music I make.
Already, and I'll tell you another reason why we appreciate a lot of the young artists, man, because a lot of my old school artists, shout out to my niggas, Mud Gang. A lot of us just trying to make a way through the hustle game. One thing I really appreciate, y'all not impressed with the hustle game, you feel me? Y'all won't lose your careers because your talent get overtook by a case you catch in the hustle game. I just almost went through that, you feel me?
Yeah.
So my thing is, talk to some of the young artists and let them know how I feel. That you don't have to be a drug dealer to be cool, you feel me?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to really walk around with a gun every day to be cool. Just let them know that, how I feel to be young niggas like y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Respect it. Highly respected, should I say, by the old and the young, and don't have to talk about negative topics every time y'all do music. Let's talk about that.
It really just all come down to like being positive energy. Cause, really everybody, I feel like everybody try to like, they listen to music and they try to go drug deal. I feel like they take it too serious. Like if they was really sit back and think, I feel like if you was to really sit there, you'll realize like most of these rappers that rap about this stuff, they rapping about stuff that either homeboys around them doing, they either did in the past before, or they probably never done it, but they done heard stories about it. That's why, they don't get in trouble. They can rap about it because they not really out there doing it. The ones that's really doing it, they not going to rap about it because why would you bring, the attention to yourself? It don't make sense to do that, If I'm really pushing, 100 pounds every day, why would I come rap while I'm doing 100 pounds in a song? And knowing, if feds have it, they going to be like, well, 100 pounds a week, it's not legal. Let's see if he really doing that. You just going to build a RICO for yourself, And really, it just come down like if you just like have authentic love, if you're not out here, trying to impress everybody, do all, gangster stuff 24/7, you're not gonna have, negative energy around. You can go, do venues for fun and, actually vibe with people. But I feel like if you try and just be like gangster 24/7, that's when you're gonna bring bad energy. That's when you're gonna have people trying to check you and do stuff to you at shows or, take your jewelry or something like that. It really just kind of like just being yourself, like. Being yourself gets you a long way, like compared to like trying to portray an image. Because regardless, if you gonna portray an image so long until you come across somebody that really live that image and they gonna check you on it, and you gonna be like you ain't gonna have nothing behind it. You gonna be You know, I ain't got nothing to say for it. You know, I can't really vouch for that. You know, it's better to be yourself than to, you know, lie and then you get caught in something and then everybody find out you a lie and then they really not gonna be behind you because now they know everything you living was a lie. Yeah. You're not being yourself.
Yeah. Shit, he really touched on everything. Just be yourself, man. Because like, if you take music serious, you're a young up and coming artist or you're an old up and coming artist. These labels, if you're trying to get signed, these labels don't want somebody that's gonna crash. You know, they don't want somebody that's out there that's
big facts.
You know, I don't really gotta say too much. Y'all know what it is. Just be yourself. Like if you're not doing that, you don't gotta rap about it. If you're doing that, you want to rap about it. Okay, just be ready for the consequences. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're really trying to get on, find your own lane. And if it's rapping about the drugs and the guns and all that, cool. Just be ready for the consequences. If it's rapping about the hoes and the clothes, cool. There's consequences with that. Just be yourself. That's all you gotta do. That's really it.
And then another thing too, for the people that like, if you have to hustle, because obviously everybody ain't gonna be out here working a 9 to 5, but you know, got that type of money coming in. You know, child support stuff like that exists. You know, we live in a real world. You gotta think about the amenities. If you do have to hustle, you know, at least just do it smart. You know, if you're gonna be doing music and hustling, just don't rap about your hustling in your music, or at least don't rap about every single thing you're doing and hustling in your music. Yeah, you could tell them, oh, you know, we do this, that, and that. But, you know, it's not bad to say, oh, you know, you're doing this, you serving, you know. They can't really indict you on that. But once you get, you know, too in detail, you rapping about it all the time, that's when they're going to be like, okay, now we got to look into him because you rapping about it too long. That's when they're going to feel like, oh, okay, you know, we got to come get him because obviously he ain't even really rapping. He just doing this and, you know, doing rapping just to portray an image. That's why cops come and get all the rappers when they be selling drugs because they realize, oh, okay, this is just drug money that y'all trying to, you know, y'all tricking a white man into thinking y'all authentically making this money, and it's not. Y'all still tricking him out the system, you know, just don't trick yourself out your position.
That's a real fact, because that's how a lot of my oldest cats crashed out. They didn't realize the young niggas was actually living their music. Yeah. So once you try to do it like them, you crash yourself out because you start telling your real business, you feel me? So the older cats really crashed out trying to get with the younger cats, man, because they realized these boys living what they say, and once we started talking about what we was doing, we all crashed out last year, you feel me? That's real talk right there. Well, y'all give a couple of shout-outs to some players, man, for y'all got out here. Let them know what the Twins got going on, and shout out a couple of people that y'all give a little respect to.
Oh, yeah. You know, me, of course, shout out Molly Wap, Johnny Moon, you know, 2 of the hardest producers in the city, you know. Also, what you say? You said Soul Monsters, right? Where you get your beats from? Monsters. Shout out to Soul Monsters, because, you know, my pops telling me about, you know, if y'all need some beats, tap in with them. So, you know, that's another one. And, you know, shout out, you know, the Bridge Nightclub, you know, anybody else that, you know, support artists, you know, try to show love to everybody, you know. And then shout out, you know, my boy K-Money, of course. Shout out, you know, God, my mama, all my siblings and everything, you know. And shout out my boy Cinco, of course.
Yes, sir. So, shit, I just want to start off with a little announcement. Like, it's Krime Family, you know, this is how we doing it. Like, from here on out, if you mentioning Cinco, it's like, it's Krime Family, you know what I mean? We really out here doing it. We really pushing this music out to y'all, and we got a lot in store for y'all. Like, it's so much work being done. We may not put it everywhere at the moment, but y'all gonna see when it pop out. So I want to get that thoroughly pushed through right now. That Cinco HENDRIXXX is Krime Family. You know what I mean?
Already.
So after that shit, shout out my mom, shout out my family, shout out my girl. Shout out my management team, Seafood, my dog Ryan Williams, aka Bill. Shout out DJ Dre Day. Shout out Krime Family. Shout out Big Champ the God. Shout out my engineer J Minus. Shout out the whole world, all my fans. Shout out my brother right here. You know the vibes. Wow, really? And yeah, just stay tapped in with us, man. We got a lot coming up, and you know if y'all want to hear some good music, let me pause. If y'all want to hear some quality music, tap in with us, and we got y'all for sure.
Already. Now, everybody go out there, like and subscribe to that channel, hit that notification bell. Man, everybody go subscribe to the CTB Nell channel, go subscribe to that Cinco HENDRIXXX channel. Right now, the Twins have just came again and sat down with the boss.
Let's get it.